Whitlock and Wiley. We're joined now by a couple of NBA champions, Stephen Jackson, Dante Jones. Let's move to the NBA, where the Lakers' playoff hopes are fading after an ugly loss to the NBA worst Phoenix Suns dropped them to 4.5 games out of the final playoff spot in the West. Even LeBron has had his struggles in Phoenix, botching an inbound play and missing 2 crucial free throws later in the game. The Lakers have now dropped to 4-7 since LeBron came back from injury. All right, I'm starting to wonder if the struggles this year are going to bleed over into the offseason coming up. Will this ugly disaster of a season hurt LeBron and the Lakers this offseason in terms of being able to attract an Anthony Davis or someone else to come play or other free agents to come play here? And I do think it's going to have some impact. I think you have to, players, even an Anthony Davis, I know he's repped by Clutch, has to question, damn, how good will LeBron be in these next 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, and we got to separate Anthony Davis from other free agents because he's still under contract even next year. So that's going to be a forced play at best. Look, I don't think any of these max players who realize that the checks will be the same, so why pay the drama tax of playing with LeBron and the Lakers and this organization and all that comes with it? Whether you want to go toxic environment, Kevin Durant, or you just want to go to the Lakers organization and a lot of change and turnover in the last 6 years. Oh, coincidentally, the last 6 years looks like they won't make the playoffs for a 6th consecutive year. What happened 6 years ago? Unfortunately, the passing of Dr. Buss and the change of guard to Jim Buss to now Jeannie Buss, and no success. I mean, no success. This is a franchise that was in existence for 65 years and only missed the playoffs 5 times in 65 years. But now, with the change upstairs, they are going to go 6 consecutive years, and more importantly, the environment. Which way is up with the Lakers right now in terms of what's our future? Oh, it's the young core. Oh, let's trade them all away. No, it's LeBron, and in the 4 years, oh, we can't get another max free agent to sign on in year 1. We'll see this summer. I just think there's a lot of issues going around to the tune that a lot of max players going to be looking elsewhere.
I think that it would be a situation where a max player can actually gauge his effect on an organization now. If they would have won and got to the conference finals, then it would have been something that would have deterred a max person because they were like, it's still LeBron's team. I'm just jumping on LeBron's ship. But now a max player can come in and say, you know what? If we go to the finals, if we go to the conference finals, I did that. I helped did that. LeBron needed me. I'm working with LeBron, not for LeBron. So I think it's something that could help the ego of a max player coming in. But you talk about the drama. That's the tax you have to pay when you have the best player in the world. And you say that LeBron's not the best player in the world. Okay, the media follows the best player in the world. The Golden State Warriors had a problem early in the year because of the tension that was going between Draymond and KD, because they're talented, they're the best team right now. And it was the drama associated with them, so the media was on their back. That happens when you're good. So that tax that you're paying is paid for good teams. It's not just paid for just LeBron James. There was people before LeBron James had to pay that tax of the media attention, especially as the media is growing with social media and all other outlets right now.
But attention is not the same as drama. Like, look,
attention and drama go with the media. We have to take that.
With attention, you get an issue, we got drama. But you can have attention. Golden State for many years, no drama. Why? Because they were just getting attention and they were getting along. You don't get along. You have an issue like KD and Draymond. Now you got drama, but the attention's been there for the last few years for Golden State.
I think it goes both ways, you know. You're going to have certain players that want to go play with LeBron just to be in that Lakers system just to have the possibility of getting a ring. Then you got some players, like you say, that don't want to deal with that media crap. Don't want to be around it, especially after seeing him turn his back on all his teammates before they got traded and not handle that situation well, where walking out, coming to the game with wine and all that kind of stuff, like, that's not something your star player should do. Even though LeBron is doing a lot of stuff, he's doing it his way, you don't come to a game with wine. You don't show that you're not with the team. I think he should have took responsibility for a lot of stuff that's going on, and the team wouldn't be at disarray right now. They'll be more together. But the way he's been handling it, not taking responsibility for the way things going on, even with the Anthony Davis situation, when that was going on, when guys hearing in the back of the head, looking behind their shoulder, worrying about getting traded, if anybody could have pulled them young guys in and say, look, at the end of the day, y'all can't control what's going on. We have to stay as a team, but he didn't do that. He stood more on the side of backing Rich, his homeboy, instead of backing his teammates, and that's where all the problems started.
I push back on you on that one because I think you've been around the NBA a long time to understand it's not just one entity; it's a group of guys.
Right.
And what you pushing out the veterans and the leadership and the voices that are able to talk to him and even tell him when he's wrong. I think David Griffin did a good job of putting together rosters where he was held accountable.
Veterans he respected.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The veteran leadership was at the bottom of the bench to hold him accountable as well because he's not perfect. And he's never claimed to be perfect. And I've never sat here and said he's perfect. But he's had people that he's respected to be able to tell him when he's not, whether it be head coach in Tyronn Lue, whether it be the back of the bench, people that they brought in. They would have the opportunity. Yeah, I had the opportunity to tell him when he was wrong. And he'll be like, you know what? My bad. But you need somebody that you respect to tell him that.
He can take that from you. But like Mike Beasley can't go off on Luke Walton in the paper.
So that's part
of the LeBron's supposed to shut that down from the jump. He's the only person that can do that. But you can't let the guy, Mike Beasley, that's not even playing, come in the media and go at the coach. That kills the whole team.
But you've been the best player on your team before, right?
Right.
And to have you go out there and run the bench,
Yep.
to run the media, to run the team, to provide all the offense, to be the leader and assist, that's too much weight for you, Stack.
He shouldn't have to run the media.
But what I'm saying is, yeah, I can handle the court stuff, but you get veterans on your bench to be able to handle the rest. David West, Golden State, like he said.
I'm going to defend a couple of their veterans. Tyson Chandler is a guy that I think should be able to have a conversation with LeBron.
Right.
I think the difference is we're dealing with a different LeBron James at 34 in Hollywood, a wine connoisseur, and I'm not joking when I say that. Every time I see him, the guy's got a glass of wine. It makes me start, hey, man, you know what you doing here? You're in the middle of a season. And then I just think all his other extra endeavors just creates a disconnect from his actual players.
The guys on the team is too young. They can't see all that and still focus. We can. You know what I'm saying? Those young guys can't see him coming to the game with wine, taking games off and all that stuff, and still stay focused now.
In the studio with 2 Chainz.
Not even that. Shout out 2 Chainz. New
Those
album out.
bracelets.
New album out. Rapper go to
And
the
it's
league.
bangers. Natural limitations. Yeah.
You already said that part.
Quickly.
You already said
We out of here.
Ask Stack about the pack. Okay. But look. Anyway, he the only one that could have fixed that because while these young guys all over the place, he the only one that's running everything. So by not taking responsibility, by not singling out these guys, by not stepping up and saying, we're not having this, Mike Beasley can't talk, by not even having Luke Walton back, even if you know he's on his way out, you still have to stand there and be that guy. Perfect example. Tim Duncan, Steve Kerr, all those guys, they can get on Tim Duncan just like Pop can. I would never go up to Pop and or say something about him in the media because I have so much respect. That goes to show they have no respect for Luke Walton at all as a coach, but your best player got to demand that respect for the coach in order to win. All y'all got to buy in.
All right, coming up, is social media making NBA players unhappy? Adam Silver thinks so. We put on our thinking caps and break it all down. Next!